Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Jiu-Jitsu Sisterhood. I'm your host, Ashley.
And I'm your co-host, Evelia.
On today's episode, we're just going to chit-chat about some random stuff.
Just some jiu-jitsu things that have been like popping up here and there.
Some
got
articles.
An article.
Some articles.
We got some stuff.
Some videos.
So before we get into the meat and potatoes, though, make sure you're subscribed to our channel. You can either listen to our podcast on Spotify or you can watch it on YouTube.
Yes, be sure to subscribe, like everything, hit the notification bell so you can be alerted immediately when we post something.
Yes. And we're Jiu-Jitsu Sisterhood across all platforms.
Yes. You can also follow us on Instagram at Jiu-Jitsu Sisterhood, the little dots in between each word, and my personal profile, Dark Nebula BJJ.
Mine's Adelia22.
Alrighty. So let's get into the meat and potatoes.
Yes.
All right. So, first topic. We mentioned it kind of like on our last episode about this whole jiu-jitsu becoming pussified.
Yeah.
So I think what we mentioned before was that it was getting kind of like the sport was getting a little watered down in regards to like the competition side of it.
Correct. Yeah.
Like not a lot of people were competing in general. Like
there's a lot of people who just do it for fun.
Exactly. So like way more people do it now, but it doesn't match up with like the amount of people that are competing. So we kind of took that take from it, but then we were also thinking like maybe it was because of the whole pressure thing that you mentioned.
Oh yeah, like some people can't like take pressure and stuff like that. What? What?
You're just like that's it. You're not gonna say everything else you said.
This is what happens when we like try to like talk about things that we'll end up trying to like talk about whatever the episode's gonna be about, and we end up having these like great conversations, and then the minute the camera's on and like it's our second time having the conversation, we're like, I feel like we already said it.
Yeah. So we're gonna start doing a different approach, guys. But I did stop her like halfway. I stopped. I was like, you know what? We're not gonna talk about the episode actually.
And I'm trying to like recall exactly what it was that I said because it was.
So what you
kind
said
of
was. So what you said was. Because I remember saying that I don't like pressure. Like I'm not good with pressure. I can't handle it. We're talking about some people saying how they can't breathe.
Correct.
When they're under pressure.
Right. So I think at that point it's more of learning how to be comfortable in the uncomfortable.
Right. So you said...
And there's not a lot of people who are willing to put themselves in that kind of a situation.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, so maybe that's what they meant by like it becoming like... What's another word for pussified?
Soft.
Soft. I was like, I don't want to keep saying that word.
Jiu-Jitsu's getting soft.
Okay. Thank you. So yeah, but I mean, I wouldn't consider myself soft and I can't stand pressure. Like, I feel like there's a difference between not liking pressure and being comfortable there and just not even being willing to deal with it at all. Like, just get yourself out of it. Like, that's what I do. You get me? Like, I'm in a very uncomfortable, pressured, heavy. This person does not want to move. I can't freaking breathe. I'm getting hot. I'm getting claustrophobic. What do? I get myself out.
Yeah.
Right?
You don't panic because when you panic, that's when you
I do panic sometimes.
No.
But
that's where you have to be comfortable in the being uncomfortable. Because like you can put me in a real uncomfortable situation and I can be there for a real long time. Right, I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. But
that takes practice. She can be tortured clearly. No.
I think the point is I can't be tortured. Pain makes me laugh.
Okay, true.
And pain makes me laugh.
You won't be kidnapped then. Perfect. It's not worth kidnapping her. Don't do it.
Yeah, I'm not daring. This isn't me daring anybody. Clearly, I'm not immortal or anything like that. But
okay, but I was gonna say that takes practice.
It does take practice to get to that.
I would literally get panic attacks. Like in my almost all of blue belt and into purple belt, I was getting panic attacks, and I had to like practice not having a panic attack. I had to work on my breathing. I had to work on just calming the fuck down when I'm in a very uncomfortable position, right? So it's different. Like, I hate those places. I don't want to be there. I'm going to do everything I can to not be there.
Right.
And that's different from, yo, don't put any freaking pressure on me. Like, let's go easy, let's go light. And if that's a constant, like,
I think I've already gotten to the point where anytime anybody tells me let's roll light, I
or
look at
easy,
them and
like-
I look at them and I go, you and I both know that's not what's gonna happen. And that's literally what happened between you and I the other day. You're like, oh, my shoulder, and we gotta roll light. I looked at her and I was like, you and I both know that's not what's gonna go down here.
I was like, okay, just be
Why
careful
are
with
we
my
lying?
nose. Just be careful with my nose then. I said, just watch the nose. Because it got smashed in. Probably.
And I did. I watched the
Yeah.
nose. I was good about
She
watching
did,
the nose,
she
but that's
did.
it. But we weren't.
But then she
light.
was like, bruh, your nose is really in the way. You kept saying it. Like, I really want to cross face
There
you.
were so many times where I wanted your nose not to be an issue.
I'm sorry.
It's fine.
But okay, so is that fair to say that that's different, though? Because, like, I do know some people, like, will literally just want to roll light or whatever, or say that they want to just roll easy, and that's all they ever do.
If that's actually
Would
all
you
they
consider
ever
that
do,
being soft?
yes.
Yes.
100%, yes. But you also have to recognize that with everybody doing this and wanting to keep people doing it, not everyone's going to want to take that same speed as you. Not everyone's going to want to put in as much effort. Gotta kind of let people do what they want to do. And I think it seems like it's becoming soft or watered down because there are just more people who are doing it.
For fun.
Correct.
Yeah.
Where they're not
In
trying.
general, yeah.
Yeah, that they're doing it for the socializing aspect. They're doing it for the self-defense aspect. But they're not doing it to become champions. They're not doing it to even be the best guy in the room. They're just doing it because they love to do it.
Right, like, not everybody's on that same timeline of, like,
Everyone's journey is different.
oh, I need to be this good by this time. I want to get my belt by this time. Like, yeah, like, some people literally will just show up, not even put any, like, intent of, like, yo, I'm going to work on this, this, and this today. You know, like, so if they're not doing that, like she said, just don't roll with them.
Yeah.
Don't roll with them, but don't be mad, too. And, like, I mean, I guess in a sense, of sport is kind of watered down, I guess. Soft.
I mean,
It's
I guess because
becoming
there's not.
soft.
I guess because people aren't doing it with the intent to compete and be the best. They're just doing it because they want to do it, and that could
So
make
would you
it
say
seem
that's,
soft.
Yeah, would you say that the sport is becoming soft because of that?
I
Like,
don't think that the sport itself is becoming soft because there's still very much a competition aspect to it. There are still people who are trying to be the best in the room. I think it just depends on where you are and
where you're training. I
where
guess.
you're training, the people you train with.
True.
You got to pick what works for you.
Yeah, if you want like a harder room, go to a different gym then. I guess. Yeah, because
Or compete. Or honestly,
Or
if you
compete
just if
more.
you really just want to, then just fucking compete.
I mean that's why I like to compete because I get to go against people that are training all the goddamn time. And it's nice when I win.
Yeah.
Too. But it's cool because like I'm not used to that like high level intensity. I mean, not high level, that intensity. Because it's just like a competition grappling is just like
It's
whole nother
completely-
level
yeah,
of
it's
intensity.
a 100%. Yeah.
Very stressful. It's very stressful. Okay, so now rolling too hard. When's the right time to roll too hard? Okay. Craig Jones, there was another article of Craig Jones like hurting people, or I don't know if it was like a couple people, because they had just told him like he broke this guy's leg in Romania because he rolled too hard, right? And
Okay.
he heel hooked the guy, and the guy tapped and he let it go. And he didn't hold on to it after the guy tapped or anything. It was very
Like he let it go immediately.
yeah, he let it go immediately. But I guess the guy, he like hopped away, so it definitely something happened, right? And then they tell this new group seminar, they tell them, right, the same that happened, right? And people literally like stopped the seminar. Apparently he went over there to the Ukraine for free to teach this free seminar in a war zone because the Ukraine. And they were like, yeah, we don't want to learn any more stuff. We want to roll with Craig Jones. Exactly. And he's like, okay. And then he's like, well, tell them probably that story. Tell them that story and tell them to not roll like they have something to fucking prove. Basically. I'm paraphrasing heavily. But that's basically how that went down. And that guy and the next guy that got injured proceeded to like go 100 on Craig, and then Craig responded with 100 back.
So he was matching people's intensities.
I think he does that normally.
Okay. Yeah.
Right? And
yeah,
he gave
would
the
make
warning,
sense.
like, yo, go. He didn't say go light. You know, he didn't say that. But he said, don't freaking try to, like,
Don't
murder
try to
me.
kill me.
Especially because you know everyone's going to want to try to roll with me.
The cockiness and the audacity was bought in bulk.
I'm
because
like, dude.
that's fucking crazy. Like who's like, you know, I don't even
who ignores that and then rolls hard.
Don't even like teach me any of like the stuff that makes you
the interrupting.
Yeah. Don't even bother teaching me anything that can possibly help me, because you're gonna be difficult, and I'm that cocky that I think I'm just gonna be able to just do whatever I want with you. What? Serves them right. Sorry.
Yeah, so that guy
serves him right, because like if you are rolling that hard and you clearly misjudged your opponent's abilities, and then you end up getting hurt, that's on you for trying to be a dick.
Yeah, like okay, exactly, and like
and that's where I'm not pussified. I'm like, okay, if that's what we're doing, that's what we're doing.
That's why I'm sure Craig was like, yo, F this guy. Like we literally just said, do not do this, and you just blatantly ignored that request and decided to try to rip my head off.
I mean, I don't know how they thought that they were going to be respectful in the role if they couldn't even be respectful for a class.
I mean...
Because that's
Craig
so
did
disrespectful.
Look
that's
did look really
so
annoyed
disrespectful.
That they were interrupting. Like, yo, we just want to roll.
That's super fucking disrespectful.
It is. And he was doing it for free in a war zone.
Serves them right. Serves them right.
Serves them right. But that brings me, like, okay, see, so going too hard, there's definitely a lot of the whole, like, rolling too hard thing. If there's the rolling too light thing, there's the rolling too hard thing. There's too many people out there that think that every roll is a comp roll.
There are. There definitely are.
I had this conversation with one of this girl, Natasha, somebody that we train with, not from our gym, but she travels, but a friend, fellow Jiu-Jitsu.
We did an interview with her. You can see it on our channel.
True.
We did. She's a fellow Cancerian. We love her.
She's from the earlier one, so she was just audio. But we also interview her fiance now, Charles Harriet, who's also like great at jiu-jitsu. Anywho, talking to her, and she was pretty much saying like that some guy literally had just rolled with her boyfriend, now fiance, Charles, who's a black belt, got wrecked by Charles. And then she was the next roll for that dude that just got wrecked by Charles. And he took that energy and put it onto her.
No. I love her too. And she's not a Cancerian. I mixed that up. She's a Taurus.
I don't remember right now.
I do, because she had something in common with me. That's why I thought it was Cancerian.
Okay. And I was like, first thing I said was, Natasha, never be the next roll to somebody that just got wrecked by Charles. And she's like, I know, that's my usual rule. But either way, when she said something to that guy, was like, yo, what the hell? Like, why are you trying to rip my head off? Like, what? Paraphrasing once again. Oh, it should be fine. Every roll's a comp roll.
No, every roll is not.
And then she was like, what
roll.
the? Okay, never rolling with you again, clearly. Do you see? So there's a time for everything. For these easy rolls and for these really way too intense rolls.
Look, I think that if you also don't want to be considered soft, though, you need to consider that sometimes you are going to roll with people that way. And you need to be able to deal with that.
Well, yeah. 100% you need to be ready to deal with that. It's going to happen.
Yeah.
Sometimes I just ask people their rank just to like, because some ranks like
I'd rather
have
not
a lot
know.
to prove.
I'd rather not know.
Some ranks have a lot to prove.
I'd really rather not.
You rather not know?
Yeah, I'd rather not know.
I do it because that's how I judge how I'm gonna be. Like if it's like with a white belt, I'm extra protective of myself because random movements that I cannot anticipate.
Girl, you have to be extra protective of yourself regardless of who you go with. I've had black belts even do really derpy shit where they end up like, just there's been the occasional derpy thing that's happened.
I don't get that many derpy things where I get.
No,
like,
I mean,
hurt,
there's people who don't.
Hurt, like
where they'll do something where like you'll catch an elbow somewhere that you weren't supposed to catch an elbow.
No, I mean like really hurt.
Or like you'll get like shoved in the face with a foot.
That's fine, as long as it's not like a big old black eye or something. You get a big old black eye.
No, I haven't. I've been lucky in that sense. I've only had very few black eyes. Very few black eyes. And it was around the time I used to do my makeup, so you couldn't even tell.
True.
Couldn't even tell.
Well, speaking of makeup, actually.
That's a good segue.
Yeah, we're already going off tangent as usual. So some dude, pretty sure it was a dude based on like
100%.
The word.
That was 100% by a fucking dude.
I read
and
the
that's
word.
fine. I respect it, but I must say what I gotta say.
You could kind of tell the way it was written. It was another article, guys. You could kind of tell how it was written. I'm like, I'm pretty sure a guy wrote this, just based on like the wording of it, and then the ending too, like the closing. I was like,
That was a man or that was a really insecure chick. But it was probably a man.
It's either a man or a really insecure chick. Okay, so this guy wrote, it was like, what, top 5 things for girls to stop doing in the gym.
Like for jiu-jitsu, yeah.
Yeah, for jiu-jitsu girls to stop doing, I guess.
Okay.
All right, so number 1 was to stop wearing low-cut tops.
Look, the only reason I'm not gonna 100% disagree with the low-cut top is because you really don't want spillage when you're in the middle of rolling.
It's very distracting, even for myself. I'm like, oh, God.
And that's speaking as somebody who, before I knew what jiu-jitsu really was, I would wear things that weren't necessarily appropriate, and there were times where I was wearing like my V-cut shirts that weren't even that deep, but when you start getting like sweaty, you know, like,
and if it's a t-shirt,
exactly,
it kind of like,
and sometimes sometimes I also wasn't wearing like full coverage sports bras either.
Yeah.
So I would feel, I think there was like once or twice where I think I had a boob slip out.
Oh my God.
And like the gi kind of helped to like cover it up.
Good.
But there were times.
Yeah, I did the same thing. Yeah, I think it's fair
like
to
you
like
go
learn by experience. Exactly. So I wore like cotton tank tops, and I would have my sports bra underneath, but the way that it would move around, and the way that like when you're in certain angles, like it would still cause slippage. So it's like, I kind of agree with this one, the don't wear low cut thing.
But just because like it would be uncomfortable to have a tit slip out in the middle of a roll.
Yeah, and is that really like what you want
not
to
because
deal
I think
with
it's
in the middle of a roll? Exactly.
Yeah, not because I think it's distracting. Not because like if you, like your body, your choice. If that's what you want to do and that's what you want to wear, then cool. But like understand that that's not gonna be comfortable, boo. It's just not. It's not. Sorry.
What do you mean by comfortable?
Like it's not gonna be comfortable to do like the low cut top situation.
Oh, true, yeah.
Like when you're in the middle of a roll, the last thing you want to the last thing you want to think is that you're gonna freaking tit pop out.
Exactly, and then your boob is gonna get squeezed in weird ways because it's
oh my
out.
God! Sometimes
and
that happens when you
like an arm bar.
Sometimes that happens when you're fully supported.
Exactly. So imagine when you're not fully supported and everything's just like doing its thing. You know, it's gonna be weird. It's gonna get squeezed. It's just.
So that's the one and only one where I'm like, he makes a point.
Yeah, but that's not even what he said. I think he said it was more. Or yeah, I think he did mention clothing adjustments and
yeah,
stuff.
Exactly, because that gets kind of uncomfortable.
But he also mentioned like distracting. I'm like, I mean,
well, that's a you problem, sir.
I'm like,
sorry, you can't deal with tits in your face.
Very distracting. I mean, I would be distracted too. But true, like I don't let it like interfere with that I'm gonna murder you.
Yeah, it wouldn't.
Because it happens to me too. Like I've had that like girls with me rolling with girls. But yeah, personally, I prefer rash guard.
But like that's my preference. If you want to learn your way, then by all means start rolling with something like this and see how you like it.
Start rolling with something like this. See how it goes.
Yeah. But it's not for me.
It's not for.
It's not for me, bestie. It's not for me.
Not for me. The next one was wearing makeup.
So I don't wear makeup on a regular basis anymore, but I used to. And it was when I used to train like every single day, and I was training gi 3 to 4 times a week.
And you were going after work too.
So that's why I had makeup, because if I was not seeing patients, like Mondays, I didn't wear makeup on Mondays.
Okay.
Because I didn't see patients. So I was just in my office by myself. I didn't have to see patients, so I would go bareface. But other than that, I would wear makeup every single day. And it was really abrasive to wash my face in the gym versus doing it at home with like my actual skincare and stuff like that. So I would leave my makeup on because that was just what was more convenient for me. So this guy can shove it because it is what it is.
So this guy.
If you want to wear makeup, I don't anymore. Like, I understand in an ideal world, if you can go home and you can wash your face and you don't have to go in with makeup, then, like, yeah, okay, fine.
Yeah.
But, like, if that's your only option, then you do you and fuck what anyone else has to say.
It's true. And then...
If I got to deal with your ball sweat smell, I'm going to deal with my makeup.
Yeah, because he also mentioned... that it smudges on gis, which, you know, it does. It does smudge on
And it
gis.
also washes right off.
You know, maybe that guy didn't know how to wash his gis.
Because it washes right off.
And then that's kind of like with my hair dye. Like, I would have hair dye, freshly dyed hair, and it would kind of get on people's gis. So, does that mean I gotta stop dyeing my hair, too?
I mean, it sounds like it would annoy him, but I think you do what you're going to do.
Dye is more permanent, though.
Dye is a little more permanent. I think you just have to be prepared to
Maybe just
to
avoid
replace
people
gis with white gis. Yeah.
Because
Because if it's like because that's not makeup, that's not washing out.
Yeah, true.
That's not gonna wash out. But like if you're okay with like replacing said white gi that's destroyed,
Okay, also, you do a lot of no-gi now.
right?
So, makeup doesn't even really stick to that.
No, not at all. Not at all.
And if it does, it
Like it
probably
literally
wipes
can.
off
It can
even
literally.
easier.
Yeah, it can literally just rub right
Yeah,
off.
it'll probably like leak out on the next
Yeah.
person on the next roll of
Yeah.
sweat.
Maybe on white it would stay a little bit more. Like if it's like a white rash
Oh,
guard
white
or
rash
something like
guard,
that.
true.
I think it would stay a little bit more. But again,
Either
it'll
way,
wash right out. It'll wash right out.
So stop crying, bro.
Yeah, stop crying, bro. Just wash your stuff.
Wash your stuff.
Which you
Right,
would have had to have
regulate.
done. Which you would have to do after every class anyway, unless you want to catch a bunch of unmentionable diseases.
Yeah, unless you're just thinking about the makeup thing, like hating on it for some other reason, really, and it's not really because of that.
The only thing I could think of is because it's smudging on stuff, and like I can understand that. But once again,
No,
it washes right out,
No,
and
that's
you
what
have to
they said,
wash your
though.
stuff off anyway.
I'm saying maybe it's really not even that. Maybe it's something else.
I mean, if it is, then he should have elaborated so I can knock that down too. No.
All right. What about strong perfume? Because I know you like strong
Oh, I
perfume.
love perfume. Listen here, sir. Once
Listen
again,
here, sir.
if I need to deal,
I am feeling attacked.
You're so attacked. Listen here, okay? If I have to deal with people who don't wear fucking deodorant,
Oh my God,
and
for
I
real.
don't say fucking shit, and I still roll with them like nothing, and I have to deal with people who don't have very good hygiene in fucking general, or people who literally do 3, 4, 5 classes in a row and don't fucking get a chance to like towel off. I'm sorry. If I can deal with all you stinky people, you deal with me and my fucking heavy perfumes.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
'Cause
At
this is
least
the
I
same
smell
thing.
nice.
Yeah, because complaining about strong odors, like...
At least this one's nice.
Yeah,
Okay.
body odor can
This
be
is on
very
purpose.
strong. Yeah, exactly. It's
Sometimes more strong than my own fucking perfumes.
Yeah.
Because like I will get out of certain roles where I go, I don't even smell my perfume anymore.
Yeah.
I don't smell my skin. I don't smell nothing except this other person.
Yeah, so if you're sensitive to smells...
Then you're in the wrong sport to begin with.
Yeah. I mean that, yeah. Because then that means those other smells are really strong too.
Yup. If I'm doing all that to combat stuff, it should tell you what's going on in the room.
Yeah, and I'm going to spray myself because I'd rather smoke it than smell like
Correct.
even neutral really. Because I know once you add the sweat on,
Yeah.
it's going to get unpleasant.
Yeah. So sorry. Deal with it. And if you've got allergies, then avoid me.
Avoid, yes.
It is what it is. And I won't take it offensive.
Or let the person know also, and maybe they'll just spray
Bitch, people smell me. The minute I walk in the door, people smell
but I
me.
mean, like, let that person know. Be like, hey, can you just do maybe like 2 less sprays?
You have said that to me. You've been like, yeah, that's intense. I'll be like, deal with it.
That's intense. I mean, our gym is small too, though. Like, we have a small gym. So
Well, yeah, but
it
I don't
does
go
smell of
crazy.
the room.
I don't go crazy overspraying but before I get there.
Yeah, it's better beforehand.
Yeah.
Just spray beforehand.
Yeah.
All right, the next one was keeping piercings in. So I literally rolled same person, Natasha, earlier today. She had piercings in, and and people tend to keep their piercings in. And he's complaining about people keeping their piercings in because it could lead to like infection or cuts, like tears.
I mean, it can from a safety from a safety aspect, especially if you're training gi, I think
Oof,
no
yeah.
gi, you can get away with it a little bit more.
Yeah, less likely to snag.
Correct. And even then, like if you're look, it's your body.
Right, it's your piercing. So
It's
like
your
you're the one that's
piercing.
gonna have to deal with the fucking infection and the cuts and the whatever.
If
and
you're
the tear of your
if
wherever
you
it is.
if you want to roll that dice, that's on you.
Right?
I'm not gonna feel responsible if something happens because from a safety aspect or from a safety point of view, he's not wrong. You shouldn't be rolling with your piercings
Yeah.
in. You shouldn't be rolling with
shouldn't
jewelry
do
on.
it.
You shouldn't be rolling with your ring on. Have you seen pictures of people who
Okay,
essentially get their like?
definitely not jewelry.
But the piercings are jewelry.
I know, but those are like in your skin.
Yeah, and they
so-
can pop right the fuck off. They can snag on some.
No. Oh, no, okay, I know, but
No, there.
those aren't gonna cause like a wound, like.
It's
these
not
types
as
of
bad as a
jewelry.
ring.
Yeah.
Not as bad as a ring.
Those are a little different, and they're attached to the person.
Yeah,
So-
yeah, not
but
as
I've
bad
noticed
as a
that
ring.
people tend to leave their piercings in.
I've noticed rings too. I've noticed
I haven't
jewelry in
noticed-
general.
oh, no.
I have. I've
Oh no! When
noticed
I noticed
jewelry
that,
in
I'm like,
general.
"Are you gonna take off your?"
I did the same exact
Are you
thing.
gonna-
Are you thinking about Manny? Because I'm thinking about Manny. Manny always wears his.
Oh no! I was thinking about other girls
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I've
No.
seen
Don't.
people-
Don't wear jewelry.
or earrings,
period.
and I'm like, "Are you gonna take those out?"
Yeah, because like that. See, that's a piercing. What if it's like got one of these like back situations, not a flat back, and then fucking stab yourself with your earring? As a piercing. So from a safety point of view, I don't think you should keep your piercings in. I think you should
But
be
this
wary
feels
of it.
targeted to girls, like specifically girls not keeping their piercings in. Like,
Yeah, I have a problem with the sexism in the article in general.
It's a lot
I
of
really
sexist.
do. It's very sexist.
Even the cover photo is like,
But again, that one, just like the low cut tops aren't necessarily a good idea because that's uncomfortable. I think not having piercings in is generally a good idea. Like you shouldn't keep your piercings in.
I wonder if they keep it, like, why? Like, is there a benefit to keeping them in? Because so many people do it.
I think when they're new and they haven't fully healed, plus there are some piercings that
I
tend
mean,
to like
yeah, I've had a piercing that's already started healing, like, within the hour.
exactly.
And that shit is annoying because it has to, like, re-pierce.
Which is probably like again, I understand why you wouldn't want to take them out. I understand why it's easier to keep them in, but it's not safe. It's just not safe. You're doing something that in general you can get hurt,
Yeah.
and you're just adding insult to injury.
So, yeah.
So I don't necessarily think it's wrong, but again, like the verbiage and the way that he comes off on here.
Yeah, like, it's exactly that women should stop doing. And it's
Yeah.
like, okay, dudes have piercings too, but whatever.
Like that's not even a gender
Like lip
thing.
piercings, yeah.
Exactly. Like that's not nose piercings.
Yeah, nose piercing. Eyebrow piercing. Eyebrow
fucking
piercing.
bars.
Oh, yeah. The bar, I don't think the bar would get snagged too much, but
I still wouldn't
still,
wanna.
yeah.
I'm telling you, like
I'm
all that
telling
stuff.
you. I'm telling you. Okay, the last one was, like, if you're an OnlyFans person, girl, and also does jiu-jitsu, like, just keep that separate in regards to, like, apparel, I think, and maybe even, like, recording, which, it depends, like, I don't know what their, media, like,
Yeah.
name is, you get me? So I don't know if it's, like, jiu-jitsu based
Like if it's
content.
look,
you
if
know,
it's
like,
jiu-jitsu based content and
like
there's a class
sexy
going
jiu-jitsu
on,
content.
yeah, and there's a class going on, you shouldn't be recording your OnlyFans stuff like at that moment. If the gym is empty and you're just like with one or two
Yeah.
other people and you want to record your stuff, girl, go record your fucking stuff. Do your thing. I don't
Record your
care.
stuff.
Go. Get your bag.
Get your stuff.
Okay, just do what you gotta do. I don't really care, but it's really disrespectful if there's a class going on and you're doing it, like
Yeah.
in the middle of a class, because then we're gonna have to have a separate conversation because you're not respecting me or my mats.
Yeah. And that's definitely distracting.
Yes, it is. Not even because it's OnlyFans content, just because like there's a class going on. What the fuck are you doing? Like that's super disrespectful.
Like, wait till either do it before class, after
Exactly.
class, when they're not teaching.
Exactly. When there isn't a class in progress, then by all fucking means, do your OnlyFans
Yeah, when
content.
they're rolling or whatever.
Yeah,
exactly.
get your content, do your thing, wear what you want to wear. Again,
Yeah, I don't know. I think he did mention apparel, though.
yeah, it was something like apparel. Look, I think if you're out there in like booty shorts where your fucking cheeks are hanging out and that's the way you're comfortable grappling, then you roll the way you want to roll, unless there are rules in
At
the
the gym,
academy in place. Like if there are rules that states that if you are gonna wear those shorts, you also have to wear pants, or you have to wear pants and then the shorts on top.
Or you have to wear a rash guard, no. nothing else really. It
no,
has to be a
yeah,
rash
like
guard.
sports bras alone are not okay, or no shirts at all are not okay. Like you have to wear a rash guard, period, point blank, regardless of gender.
Yeah.
If there are apparel rules in place, then it would be disrespectful for you not to follow those rules.
Yeah.
But if those rules are not in place and it's fair game, then wear whatever the fuck you want to wear. And if somebody's uncomfortable, that's a them problem.
Yeah, because guys forget, like, we're here just with, like, athletic wear, which is already, like, form-fitting. But then you have guys that walk around in their freaking underwear.
Yeah,
like,
bro.
they'll just strip in front of everybody.
And when we're saying underwear, we're saying, like, the spat shorts. And sometimes, no, commando. Because I've seen dudes go commando in those shorts. And that's all they got going on.
Or just their freaking underwear.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Their Speedo underwear, whatever. What is it called?
Like, dude, like, yeah, we gotta see cada cosa. And if we also have to do that, then, like, so what if a girl wants to dress like, is she really distracting you that much that you needed to go ahead and make this? I want to know the dude who wrote this, and I want to see the hot OnlyFans chick that's at his gym that's annoying me. That's what I want.
That's what I want to know. All right, we'll look into it, guys. I don't know his name. I didn't read the author.
I want to see who the author is, and I want to see where he trains, and I want to see the hot OnlyFans chick that is making him.
I did assume it was a guy, so let's hope it was a guy, because I did assume.
It's a guy or it's a really insecure chick.
We'll find out soon.
Yeah, it's one or the other for sure.
All right, so something else we wanted to talk about. What do you want to talk about first? Girls avoiding girls in open mats, or rolling with a guy versus rolling with a girl? As a female rolling with a guy and rolling with a girl. The differences.
Okay.
Which one want to do first?
We can do rolling with a guy first.
Okay, so we'll do the open mat thing after.
Okay.
Okay, so rolling with a guy. Okay, as a female, what it's like to roll with a guy versus what it's like to roll with a girl. What are some differences that you can think of off the top of your head?
Sometimes guys are a little bit more willing to let you work.
Okay.
Versus immediately trying to, like, pin you down or, like, really be super duper aggressive. At least I have found that. Even with my roles that are aggressive, with my guys that don't necessarily hold, like, back. They do give me a little bit more chance to roll, whereas do I talk about where it's like with a girl now?
Yeah.
Whereas with a girl, she won't be as willing to let me move. She won't be as willing to let me work.
I mean, I agree. I wrote the same thing down.
Yeah, that's kind of what I think.
The way I wrote it was.
But that being said, I don't really necessarily start off. I start the same way I roll with the guys, is the way I roll with girls. So I'm assuming that it's just the same for everybody, like for all girls. Where we are less willing to let guys work, but guys are a little bit more willing to let us work until they realize that
we're less willing to let a guy work.
No.
We're more willing to let a guy work.
No, I'm not more
What
willing
did you
to
say?
let a guy work.
What did
I'm
you
saying
say?
that's why women, when they roll together, they feel like no one's letting each other work because we're rolling exactly like we would with the guys.
Right.
Where we take advantage of their weakness at first. I mean, and then they regret it later.
Right.
We
Yeah.
make
They're
them
like,
regret it,
oh,
and they're
never
like, oh, wait
mind.
a
Can't
minute.
go easy on this hoe.
Gotta take it up a level.
You're like, oh shit. He's noticed. No. All right, time to take it up 2 notches.
Yeah, exactly.
Because then we gotta take it up 2 notches.
Exactly.
Now, the way I wrote it was for a guy, I just wrote literally guy, girl, and on the guy side, I put gives openings.
Yeah.
As in, they give us openings. And then for the girls, I put, you gotta work for your openings.
You gotta find your own opening. Because that bitch ain't gonna do it for you.
Exactly. So I was like, that's literally basically what you said.
Yeah.
In my bullet points. Because, yeah, it's like when a guy goes against a guy, you guys are gonna you have to work for your openings. And like maybe like different ranks will let you work, but when you're fairly close in like skill level, you need to work for your openings.
And even if you and the guy are about the same size, or even if you're a little bit bigger than the guy, then yeah, you gotta
work for your openings. Like it's just how it's gonna be. Yeah. And especially girls, like same thing. Like we're competitive, so. But also the same thing, like when a guy and a girl go together, I could say that girls are sometimes more willing to give up stuff just because they know that it's a dude. It's like, you get me? Like if they lose like whatever, you get me? Like they're more willing to give up on stuff. But with a girl, they're not going to want to give up on nothing because it's a fucking girl.
I agree. I agree.
You get me? So there's like
they'll fight a little harder to not be in that
exactly,
situation.
to not let something go.
I don't disagree. Yeah.
So when it's a guy and a girl, there's like a there's a back
Yeah,
and forth
it is,
of
like-
letting each
like,
other
yeah,
work.
like, okay,
we
yeah.
know this is not real. Let's just some guys don't know how to do that. Let's be real. And then some girls also don't know how to do that. Let's be real. So those are the extremes, but majority, it's a give and take.
Yeah.
But when it's a girl against a girl, like
It's a little. It feels a little tougher because then it's almost you have to prove something a little bit more.
yeah, even when it's a different rank too. Like
Yeah.
the higher rank will let you work, but you're still gonna have to work.
Yeah.
Like we're not gonna just be like, all right, here you go. Like that's not, because that's not fair to you. Like you're not gonna learn, I'm not gonna learn. So you don't want that either. And that's kind of how it is sometimes with dudes. Like, all right, here you go.
Yeah.
And you're like, what? Was that even real? That wasn't real. I don't even believe that it happened. You get me? So it's funny that you said that. Another one that I wrote down was, so with a dude, it was kind of like that, like where it's, sometimes they'll just, whatever, they'll just let you have whatever, but for the most part, they are using technique.
Yeah.
Because it's dumb if you use strength on us. Like, we're going to be overpowered.
Yeah.
Like, I know what you're doing.
Okay, to be fair though, I think I'm a masochist. I love the roles where they overpower me. I freaking love it because then I'll go ahead and I'll like give up a submission and I'll get out of it because I don't panic.
Okay.
And I'm comfortable being uncomfortable.
Yeah. You like to make them think they're gonna
exactly
win,
like
and
oh
you're
yeah,
just kidding.
Nah, exactly. So I'll bait them with So I'll bait people with like submissions. Like oh my god, yeah, absolutely.
You absolutely have me. No, you don't.
Absolutely, go do it.
Do it. But you do full technique. Yeah, like exactly. So and then with the girls, a girl going with a girl, you are gonna feel a little more pressure. You're gonna feel more uncomfortable.
I'll be a little bit less likely to like go ahead and give up a full submission on a chick, like with a chick. I will, and that's an ego thing. And that's an ego thing. That's 100%.
I don't think it's a full ego thing though. I think it's because we know that a role with a dude is more unrealistic. So now you're just working technique. You're kind of just, you're not going all out because there's no point to go all out because you're just going to waste energy on this dude. And if you go all out, then they're going to go all out and then you're going to be overpowered and then just nothing happens.
Just got to be smarter than the dude that's stronger than you.
But I don't think it's an ego thing with the girl. It's just, it's
more
I think realistic.
For me, I think it's a little bit more of an ego thing.
Because
because I wouldn't, dude, I have a lot of confidence in my escaping submissions.
Okay, I don't. I never give nobody nothing about
I am very comfortable giving it up because I'm like, dude, that's why.
I'll give up position.
That's why I'll give you my back.
I won't give up a submission.
I will give you my arm if that's what I need. I will give you my shoulder. I will let you think you omoplata me, baby, and I will get out.
And I will get out.
I have that much
risky.
confidence.
I would not.
I have that much confidence in my escapes. However. With a girl, I don't even want to put myself in that situation. I don't. Because then they're going to have on me that they got a submission that I baited them into. No, absolutely not. I'm not baiting submissions with a chick. No. Just not doing it. And that's an ego thing. For me, it's an ego thing. For me, it's an ego thing.
I don't do that.
I will submit. I will position.
I'll give a position, but I don't like giving anybody anything close to a submission. That's just because I don't have confidence in my escapes.
I have a lot of confidence in my escapes.
I mean, I got confidence, but not with like my joints, dude. No, not my joints. I'm scared that my joints.
No, the only place where I'm not confident with my escapes, and the minute I feel like you have anything, is with my legs. But with my arms, with my shoulders, especially since my shoulders are super flexible.
Oh no, I'm not. I mean, I think I used to be, but not anymore. No. My shoulders did not have any flexibility.
Mine do.
Whatsoever.
Mine do. And the fact that I don't do gi, I'll get out of a lot. I'm not too scared.
Like I'll never do the ugly escape. Like we call it the ugly.
Will.
Yeah, we call it the ugly escape. That last ditch hitchhiker's armbar escape.
I will, and that one I only get 50% of the time.
I never do that one because I dislocated somebody. Maybe I'm just traumatized. I dislocated somebody's shoulder when they did that escape. I was armbarring them.
I think I just have a lot of confidence also in my teammates that they're not gonna hurt me. Yeah, like I have a lot of confidence that my teammates aren't gonna hurt me.
I mean, I didn't know I was gonna hurt her.
Well, you guys were white belts. You guys are white belts.
I guess it's a little different now.
Yeah, it's a little different.
Well, I might be traumatized. That's might be why, like, I never do that escape.
Oh, maybe. Could be.
Fucking traumatized.
Could be.
Like, yeah, I'm never gonna do that escape. I think it is a little bit of trauma. Now
To
that
be
I'm
fair,
talking about it, I think it's a little bit of trauma.
Yeah, again, that escape only works about 50% of the time, and that's like when you're doing it with someone that's roughly about the same size as you. You and that girl were a vastly different size from one another.
But
I wouldn't have even
she was
tried.
very flexible, and she put more faith in her flexibility.
No.
Than
No, she needed to consider
my
physics in
noobness.
general.
My noobness.
No, she needed to consider physicality there.
Well, the last one I wrote pressure, but we already mentioned the pressure thing, that you're going to feel more pressure and uncomfortableness with a girl against a girl. Because, like I said, more realistic.
Not necessarily more pressure.
Okay, sorry.
Oh, you mean like pressure in yourself? Like to do well?
Like...
Or like, because not
like
pressure.
pushing the pace. Like pressure on pushing the pace.
Oh, okay.
Like
okay.
that type of aggression, I guess. Sorry, aggression.
Yeah.
You're going to feel that. Yeah, if you feel it from a dude, it's because he doesn't know how to roll the girl. Or unless there's like a... Like, no.
Or unless that's just what you do, because like I have like 2 dudes that I roll like that with.
You? That you get like... Her?
No, and they get like that. And then...
Who?
Bruno and Rhino.
Oh, you get them riled up?
Yeah, and they do, and vice versa.
And vice versa.
I love it, because we'll talk shit to each other.
Fucking suck, bro.
Yeah, and then when Bruno gets in a good position, I'm grandma. And then I'll get in a good position, and he'll be like, "Nah, it's not what I meant, though. That's not what I meant."
That's not what I meant, though. That's funny. Nah, I'm just kidding. You're not a grandma. I'm just kidding. That's funny. Now, that's why I was like slippery, because I think that dudes just tend to sweat a lot more.
I sweat a lot too, though.
I mean, I do too, but in general, when I roll with other girls, like, I'm the sweater.
I feel like
I'm
the
the
sweatiest
sweater.
one too. Yeah, I always feel like the sweatiest
But
one
the
too.
rolls are drier overall because more women in general, I feel like, just sweat less.
Oh, maybe. Could be, yeah.
So
I'm
it's
pretty
less
gross.
slippery.
I sweat a lot.
Yeah, so it's majority of the time it'll be less slippery to roll with a girl because we just sweat less than dudes in general.
But girls wear lotion. It's just as slippery.
I mean, don't put no goddamn lotion on before we're rolling because that's cheating. That is cheating. Don't do it. Stop.
Do the sandwich method. You do lotion, then oil.
Oh my god, no. If you're doing that, bro.
I do that after I shave.
But are you doing that before class?
No,
okay.
no. But sometimes I will take a shower and I'll put on a little bit of lotion.
I mean, that's fine. That's normal.
But I also wear
saying
long
don't do it
sleeve rash
before
guards.
class.
I also like wear long sleeve rash guards and like leggings.
Exactly. Yeah.
So it shouldn't even matter.
I don't want to see like lotion with like shorts and like freaking...
I've done that though. I have done that.
Cheating.
I have done that. I've done it, and I've done it on purpose.
And if you're competing like that, I'm sorry, but those are not real wins. You're just a slippery fish. That's cheating, I'm telling you.
I don't think it is.
I think it's actually like not allowed in some sort, or it's heavily frowned upon. I don't know if it's illegal. It might be. There's a term for it.
Skincare.
It's skincare. Bitch, just do not do it before the goddamn roll, and do not wear shorts.
Do what you're gonna do.
I hate you.
We're like that Saturday night skit. Like, obviously, don't do that. No, you do whatever you like.
I hate you. Alright, last topic. Moving on. Fucking do it. Okay, girls avoiding girls at open mans. We've mentioned this before.
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to say I'm like the nicest person on the planet. So, and I'll say hi to you, right?
Right.
One open mat. But the next open mat, if you avoid me, like that's weird. Is that not weird?
It is. So
Like complete avoidance, like zero eye contact.
Yeah.
And this is like you don't even know me. Just a hello. That's it. Like you can't even make a judgment about me really. Hello, I walked away.
To be fair, at least for me, I'm a little bit awkward, especially when I'm around people that I don't necessarily know. I can be a little bit socially awkward at first. I know this about myself. Mm-hmm. People say I'm not socially awkward, but I promise you, I feel the awkwardness and I'm a little weird.
I mean, that's why I take the first
And
step.
then
Usually,
to
I'll
add
do it for
insult,
you.
and then to add insult to injury, my resting bitch face is unmatched. I only know one person that has a better resting bitch face than me. Okay,
It's not me.
it's not. It's Elaine.
It's me.
But
Oh yeah, she's scary.
bro, unmatched. She's first place. I'm second place, for sure, all day. But I'm up there. I give her a run for her money sometimes. I look mean sometimes. Like I'm aware that my resting bitch face can be a lot. So if that's why you avoid me, I promise you I'm a teddy bear. If I like you.
If I like you.
I'm a teddy bear if I like you. But I'm a little awkward. And maybe that's what it is. Maybe women are just a little bit socially awkward because women can be weird around women sometimes.
You don't think it's just them, like, the ego thing? Like,
No.
not wanting to lose to a girl, so they just avoid girls
no.
altogether.
If that's why, no, because I don't avoid girls because I don't want to roll with them or because I'm afraid to roll with them. But I'm just, like, weird with girls I don't know. I am. And I'll be a little bit nicer if, like, you're coming to my gym. I'll make sure I kind of say hi. But, like, if I'm coming to your gym and I'm, like, in your home and, like, you don't even want to, like, look in my eyes, then, like, you gonna get that energy right back, boo.
Okay, what if you're in a neutral space?
Like, nobody really trains there.
Yeah.
I'll try and say hi. Like, I'll like, some kind of, like, a gesture. Like, maybe not go up to you like, hey, girl, what's up? No, that's not me. but, like, a smile and a, hey, because, like, hopefully we'll roll at some point in time.
I would just love it to, like, not be weird. Because the guys notice that it's weird amongst women. It's like, why is it weird, dude? Like, we literally should be training together. Like, why are people avoiding each other?
I think it's, bro, girls are just, dude, like, the hierarchy with girls is crazy.
So freaking weird.
Yeah, it's weird. It is. It's like cats. It's like introducing cats to each other that don't know each other.
Guys, it's a struggle.
It is. It is. But that's why, like, all these, like, women open mats and stuff like that are so good for the community.
Yeah, I just, like, sometimes though I'm just like, man, do they love it or do they not love it? Like, getting together. It's like some are good and some are not. So it's like, I don't understand what's happening.
It depends. And remember, we're women. We take 28 days to go through
We're
our
all
cycle.
on different cycles.
We're all on different cycles. We're on different...
Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah, so we're not always kind of vibing on that same level unless you're girls who have already, like, sunk up.
The hormones are off.
Yeah, and I think that's also very real. I really do, because there are times of the month where I'm way more social, and there are other ones where I'm like, ew, why are you talking to me?
Are you synced up with the moon?
Yes.
Maybe I should just start mapping the open mats to the moons.
Oh, you could.
Right? Because a lot of girls are synced up to the moon, surprisingly.
Yeah. And so are me and all my coworkers.
I'm going to check the date of that first, like, the good open mats that tend to have a lot. Like, because the first one and the third one, I think, or second one, I don't know. No, the second one. Were both good. And
So
then
maybe
the third one, like, died off, and then the fourth one started coming up again.
we can try that.
I'm going to check those dates and see if they match up with the moon. Because that'd be crazy if they're, like, off. Like,
Kind of. That would be a little bit
start
funny.
tracking it.
I'm telling you, cycle syncing as a woman is so beneficial.
Oh, yeah, you said you train with that.
That's how I've been doing my training.
Bro, maybe I found the secret finally to, like, people not being weird around each other.
Maybe.
Well, that's pretty much everything I wrote down.
We did it!
We did it. We did it. Lo hicimos. We did it. If you know that reference, kudos to you.
Leave a backpack in the comments down below.
Or a map. Alright, let's close it out. How do you want to close this out? I guess remind them that they should like and subscribe
Yes.
on all our videos.
Yes.
And tell their friends about us.
Yes.
And tell the girls in your gym about us. And that they should watch us. Because we want to be their friends.
Okay.
I mean, that's all I'm going to leave that in there. I know, I was talking to the camera.
All right, so I think we're done then. She did that. Like and subscribe, guys. It
She
makes
did
a difference.
It really does.
Yeah,
guys.
and share it. Like, share it with one other girl in your gym that can kind of relate to any of the things we were saying. If you feel differently than we do, feel free to drop it in the comments just to kind of get some chatter going.
Also, yeah, or any topics you want us to talk about. Also,
Yeah.
We'll do some research. We'll talk about it.
Yeah. So again, like, subscribe, follow us on TikTok, follow us on Instagram,
Spotify.
Jiu-Jitsu Sisterhood on Spotify.
You're already watching YouTube.
Yeah. So I think that's it for us.
Thanks for tuning in.
We're tapping out.
Bye.
Bye. Subscribe.
Like.
Follow.